Yo, what's up, escape artists and freedom fanatics? Your boy is here, and today, we're diving headfirst into the kind of stories that make Hollywood blockbusters look like bedtime stories. We're talking about the moments when the odds were stacked, the walls were high, and the only way out was pure, unadulterated grit. Forget your everyday life picking. We're talking about breakouts from impenetrable fortresses, dashes through enemy lines, and escapes from situations so impossible, they should have been game over. These aren't just great escapes, these are epic escapes. So buckle up, because we're about to count down history's 10 most mind-blowing, jaw-dropping. How in the world did they pull that off? Breakouts. Let's get it. Alright, before we jump into the top 10, smash that like button if you're ready for some serious historical adrenaline. And hey, if you haven't already, hit subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on more insane historical deep dives. Kicking off our list at number 10 is the one you might already know, but trust me, it's still wild. The Great Escape from Stalag Luft in World War II. Picture this, hundreds of Allied POWs stuck in a supposedly escape-proof German camp. What do? They don't just try to escape, they launch a full-on Hollywood-level operation. These guys dug 3 massive tunnels, codenamed Tom, Dick, and Harry, right under the guards' noses. They literally moved tons of dirt, faked uniforms, forged documents, and even created their own ventilation systems. On a freezing night in March 1944, 76 guys slipped out. While most were recaptured or tragically killed, the sheer audacity and teamwork involved make this a masterclass in breaking free. Talk about going full MacGyver. Sliding into number 9, it's the escape from a place synonymous with impossible to escape, Alcatraz. In 1962, Frank Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin decided they weren't going to let the rock keep them down. And how did they do it? With spoons, raincoats, and some serious DIY ingenuity. They painstakingly carved through concrete walls using sharpened spoons, built a raft out of raincoats, and even fashioned dummy heads out of paper match and human hair to fool the guards during roll call. The incredible part, they vanished into the choppy waters of San Francisco Bay and were never officially seen again. Did they make it? Did they drown? The mystery itself is legendary. Total baller move, no matter the outcome. At number 8, we're heading to Northern Ireland for the Maze prison escape of 1983. This wasn't a few guys. This was a coordinated breakout of 38 provisional Irish Republican Army prisoners. We're talking about the largest prison escape in UK history. These guys took control of H Block, hijacked a food lorry, and literally drove through the main gate, firing shots as they went. It was pure chaos, a commando-style operation within the prison walls. 19 of them successfully got away. This wasn't just an escape, it was an act of audacious defiance that shook the establishment. These guys weren't just escaping, they were breaking out with a capital B. Coming in at number 7, we've got a story of wit, charm, and a whole lot of daring. Giacomo Casanova's escape from the Doge's palace in Venice in 1756. You know Casanova, the legendary lover, adventurer, and all-around bon vivant. Well, he got himself tossed into the Leads, the palace's infamous attic prison. Most people thought getting out of the Leads was impossible. But Casanova, being Casanova, wasn't most people. He befriended a fellow prisoner, used a piece of metal he found to literally chip his way through the ceiling, and then, get this, climbed onto the roof, navigated the treacherous lead tiles, and found an open window back into the palace. He then casually walked out the front door, hailed a gondola, and sailed off into the Venetian night. Smooth. Very, very smooth. At number 6, we're staying in the 18th century for the almost unbelievable tale of Baron Friedrich von der Trenck's escape from the Château de Vincennes. This guy was a Prussian officer, an adventurer, and he had a serious knack for getting locked up and then, you guessed it, getting out. Imprisoned by Frederick the Great, Trenck was held in a tower with seemingly no way out, but he wasn't just smart, he was relentlessly determined. He used a knife to pry out stones, then created a rope from his bedsheets. He actually dug a tunnel under the prison walls, even swimming through a moat filled with freezing water to finally reach freedom. He was recaptured multiple times, but this specific escape was pure, gritty determination. Talk about a repeat offender of freedom. Halftime on our list. And at number 5, we're going way back in time to an escape that's more about ultimate defiance than just breaking out. The Masada siege in 73 CE high, on a plateau overlooking the Dead Sea. A small group of Jewish zealots held out against the might of the Roman Empire for months. The Romans built an enormous ramp to finally breach the fortress, but when they finally got in, they found something shocking: silence. Almost all of the defenders had chosen mass suicide rather than fall into Roman hands. While not a physical escape in the traditional sense, it was an ultimate escape from subjugation and a powerful statement of freedom on their own terms. A chilling, powerful, and truly epic escape from fate. Moving on to number 4, we're back in World War II with the Allied POWs, but this time at the infamous Colditz Castle. If Stalag Luft 3 was tough, Colditz was designed to be the escape-proof prison for the most problematic Allied officers. But escape-proof was just a challenge for these guys. Colditz saw some of the most ingenious and daring escape attempts imaginable. We're talking tunnels, disguised officers walking out the front gate, even a full-size glider secretly built in an attic. While many attempts failed, the sheer ingenuity and continuous defiance of the Colditz prisoners are legendary. They never stop trying, and that refusal to give up is what makes it epic. Pure legend status. Alright, hitting our top 3, and this one is so iconic, it's literally part of our language: the Trojan horse. Now, this is technically a mythical escape from a siege, but it's so ingrained in history and strategy, it has to be on the list. The Greeks had been besieging Troy for years with no luck, so, what did they do? They built a massive wooden horse, pretended to sail away, and left it as a gift. The Trojans, thinking they'd won, dragged the horse inside their impregnable city wall. Big mistake. Inside that horse were Greek soldiers who, under the cover of darkness, snuck out, opened the gates with their returning army, and well, Troy fell. It wasn't an escape from a prison, but an escape into a fortified city, leading to its downfall. The ultimate Trojan horse move. Runner-up, at number 2, we have a literal king on the run. King Charles II's escape after the Battle of Worcester in 1651. After his forces were crushed by Oliver Cromwell's parliamentarians, Charles was a hunted man, with a bounty on his head. For 6 weeks, Charles II was on the run, constantly evading capture. He disguised himself as a common laborer, hid in a famous royal oak tree to avoid patrolling soldiers, spent time in safe houses, and relied on the loyalty of common folk who risked their lives to help him. It was a harrowing cloak-and-dagger adventure, proving that even a king can become the ultimate fugitive. He finally made it to France, living to fight another day. Talk about a narrow escape. And coming in at number 1, the most epic, daring, and frankly, unbelievably gutsy escape attempt in history, for me, has to be the Son Tay prison camp raid in Vietnam. 1970. This wasn't an escape by prisoners. It was a daring high-stakes attempt to extract American people. A highly trained force of U.S. Army Special Forces and Air Force personnel launched a deep strike raid into North Vietnam, miles behind enemy lines. Their mission: rescue around 70 American POWs held in a camp thought to be impenetrable. They trained for months, executed a perfect low-level flight, assaulted the camp, and eliminated the guards. The tragedy: the prisoners had been moved days before. But here's why it's number 1. The sheer audacity, the flawless execution of a mission under extreme pressure, the absolute courage to fly into enemy territory with one goal: to bring their brothers home. Even though they found no POWs, the raid sent a clear message, boosted morale for other POWs, and proved what incredible lengths the US would go to. It was a testament to the warrior spirit and a raid that Hollywood still tries to replicate. Unbelievable, just unbelievably epic. Woo, what a ride, right? From hidden tunnels to daring disguises, from ancient sieges to modern-day heroics, these stories prove that the human spirit, when pushed to the limit, can achieve the impossible. Which of these escapes blew your mind the most? Did I miss any epic breakouts that should have been on the list? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you dug this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with a friend who loves a good true story, and make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. Until next time, stay free, stay curious, and keep those eyes peeled for the next mind-blowing chapter of history. Peace out.